During my preparation for the basics number 2 video on deception, I I stumbled upon a thought, a quick thought again, and it's around what advice do Jehovah's Witnesses give on guarding against deception? Let me quote the Watchtower from 2004, 15th of February, page 17, paragraph 9. How can we guard against being deceived by apostates? By heeding the advice from God's word, which says, "Keep your eye on those who cause divisions and occasions for stumbling, contrary to the teaching that you have learned, and avoid them." We avoid them by steering clear of their reasonings, whether in person, in printed form, or on the internet. So they expect their members to steer clear of reasoning that differs from what they teach. They tell you not to take note of anything that is in contradiction with them, whether in person, in printed form, or on the internet. Now please help me to wrap my head around this. They say what they provide is truth. They even call their organization and doctrine the truth. But they tell you not to research it apart from what they tell you. They expect you to only accept the information they provide to you. I mean, how does that work out? I mean, how can that be the truth? Is it not capable of withstanding scrutiny? In movies, for example, in cowboy movies, which I really enjoyed when I was a young boy, they build scenery that appears to be, for example, an old cowboy town when filmed from the right perspective. But as soon as you change perspective, you can recognize that it's nothing more than a bunch of planks nailed together and posed like a cardboard stand-up. There are no houses, no rooms, nothing behind but support beams. It's fake. If apostates do what Watchtower claims, and I quote, "What methods do apostates use to achieve their aim? They often resort to distortions, half-truth, and outright falsehoods. The Apostle Peter warned about apostates who would use counterfeit words, spread deceptive teachings, and twist the scriptures to their own ends." I mean, if they do what Watchtower claims, shouldn't that be easy to be dismissed? How? I mean, just by fact-checking it. But that's the problem. They don't want you to fact-check. As soon as you watch the Watchtower doctrine from a different perspective, it's like the scenery built for the cowboy movie. Once you change the perspective, you can see that it's just fake and that there's nothing behind but support beams. If now anyone tells me that I have been deceived for leaving the Watchtower, I can only smile and ask them, who is more probable to be deceived? I can only smile and ask them, who is more likely to be deceived? Me, being willing to listen to all available information? Me, that does not fear to check any information provided by Watchtower and others? Or you, that knowingly and willingly omits anything that contradicts their current beliefs? Wikipedia says on deception in their great article, detecting deception is difficult because there are no known, completely reliable indicators of deception. And they talk about detecting it in a conversation. Deception, however, places a significant cognitive load on the deceiver. He or she must recall previous statements so that his or her story remains consistent and believable. As a result, deceivers often leak important information, both verbally and non-verbally. That leak of important information that Wikipedia talks about is why apostates do not have to make anything up. All that's required, all that's necessary is already out there, printed and published by the Watchtower. So please tell me, who is deceived? The one listening to only one side of the story, or the one willing to compare both sides of the story? Let me end this with a Bible quote. 2 Timothy 4 verses 3 and 4. For there will be a period of time when they will not put up with the wholesome teaching, but according to their own desires. They will surround themselves with teachers to have their ears tickled. They will turn away from listening to the truth and give attention to false stories. Thank you very much, and till next time.